Hi guys, thanks for coming to tonight's webinar. Now we had a few technical issues, so I'm just re-recording it. Can you believe we're going to do it twice? Anyhow, we'll avoid actually Zoom kicked us off. So we went over the time and they kicked us off. So that was a bit of a glitch. However, I'm going to re-record it and then you can go back and watch the recording. So, and those of you who missed it or got kicked off, this is a re-recording. Okay, so doTERRA. This is an introduction to essential oils with doTERRA. So a lot of you may have been to one of my intro classes, and what you'll find is that it can be very overwhelming. Too much information, too much information. People walk away overwhelmed. So this is a good, just a revisit, to rehash and to go over what you've learned at one of my classes, or if you haven't learned anything about essential oils before, this is a good one. So just the basics. So what is an essential oil? An essential oil is a pure extract from plants. So from nature, 50 to 70 times stronger than the actual herb that it comes from. So I've just shared my screen. So a drop of peppermint is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So this is a magnified view of a peppermint leaf, and here you have the little white sacks of peppermint oil. What you're getting in this bottle of peppermint is pure essential oil, pure peppermint oil. So one drop, like I said, is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So they're safe, effective and affordable, and a great alternative to synthetic remedies. So when you buy an essential oil from the shop, from Aldi, from the chemist, from Woolies, you can pretty much guarantee that you're not getting pure oil. So a lot of essential oils on the market are synthetic, so they're either synthesized essential oils or they've got fillers. So it's actually a lot cheaper. Obviously, it's a lot cheaper to synthesize a lavender oil in a lab than it is to grow the plant in France and steam distill it at the correct temperature and get a pure essential oil. It's a lot more expensive than it is to just synthesize in a lab. So a lot of synthetic essential oils getting around. And up until 9 years ago, when doTERRA came online as a network marketing company selling essential oils, up until 9 years ago, there was no sort of brand that you could get and be sure that they were pure. So doTERRA has really sort of filled a slot in that market. There's lots of essential oil companies, but doTERRA is aligning itself with a therapeutic grade, so certified pure therapeutic grade. So how did we get started with essential oils? So our family, we've got 3 kids. I was making some bliss balls. We went through a bliss balls phase. We went through that phase, I think everyone. Making some healthy bliss balls for the kids to take to school or for picnics and for me to take to work. And I was looking for some peppermint oil to make some choc mint bliss balls and some orange oil. And I knew there was a guy at the markets that sold doTERRA, and I knew it was a really good brand. So off I went to the markets, got myself 2 bottles of oil, and they sat in the cupboard. I used a couple of drops for each recipe, a couple of times, sat in the cupboard, and that's all that happened. Nothing much happened until I ventured into sort of cleaning and do it yourself cleaning methods. So I think when you look at our children and what they're exposed to over a lifetime, if we are exposed to a lot of chemicals as adults, and I feel like I have been exposed to a lot and will be exposed to a lot more, I'm really worried about our kids, because over the course of their lifetime, they're going to be exposed to so much. So I think it's really our responsibility to try and minimize that for our children, for our children's sake. And so yeah, I hit Pinterest up for some good cleaning recipes, and essential oils kept coming up, and that's when we got into doTERRA. So got into doTERRA for the cleaning. We already had some cooking oils. Then I followed a few Facebook groups. Funny how Facebook knows that you've just bought some oils. So followed a few Facebook groups and kept coming up that people were using their oils for sleep. And that really appealed to me because I just put two kids in the same room, two girls in the same room, and they were not going to sleep as quick as I wanted them to. So a lot of shenanigans going on. So I invested in a couple of extra sleep oils, and really I was just blown away by the benefits those oils had on their sleep. Not only did they go to sleep quicker, but they stayed asleep, and that's the main thing. I hate having kids come in the middle of the night and poke you and breathe on you. But no, they stayed asleep all night and had really well-rested sleep. So, which then flows on to the next day, and you've got happier children, happier mum, because she didn't get woken up either. So I was just blown away. Then one day we're at the markets again, and one lady had noticed that my daughter had asthma. I think we must have been carrying around a puffer or something. And she recommended a doTERRA oil. She said she had amazing response with this doTERRA oil. So we started using that oil on Matilda's chest every night, and we were able to wean her off her steroid inhaler. So she hasn't had any hospitalizations since we started using that on her chest, which is pretty big because we had a rough couple of years in and out of hospital. What else do we... So they were the two main things. So the asthma and the sleep. Now we use them for umpteen things throughout the day. We are always using our essential oils. So everything from cooking to boosting immune systems to cleaning, just looking after our well-being, just looking after moods, and it's just been amazing. So every aspect of our day. There's one particular oil that I won't go anywhere without, and that's balance. So this is a grounding blend, good for me and good for the kids. And every morning before I get going in the morning, when I get up out of bed, I put this on my feet, behind my ears. The kids all get a bit on the back of their neck, and it just makes for a much calmer environment before school. So getting those kids packed up, teeth brushed, in the car, and less screaming and shouting, and a lot happier kids, because that getting those kids to school in the morning, I tell you what, it's hard work. So yeah, that's the balance oil. If anyone wants more information, I can easily send that to them. So an essential oil. So we know it's a pure extract from plants, 50 to 70 times more powerful than the herb that it comes from. So when we talk about essential oils, we're talking about the therapeutic compounds within that oil. So lavender, we all know lavender helps you sleep. Beautiful sleep oil, a beautiful relaxation oil, great for skin. The main chemical ingredient, the active compound in lavender oil, is linalool. So linalool is the soothing element. A lot of people don't like lavender. There's other oils that are very high in linalool too. So petitgrain is one of them. So if your husband doesn't like lavender, but you want him to sleep better and stop being a loud sleeper, petitgrain. So essential oils can treat the problem. So work with the body systems to treat the problem rather than just masking the systems. And I think in our medical revolution that we've had, it's very easy to go and get a script for something which then rolls on to a side effect from that medication. You get another script to treat that side effect. And many patients these days are taking multiple medications, and it all stems down to that the first medication they took. So with essential oils, there's no side effects. You can't become addicted to them, although I beg to differ. No, you can't become addicted to them. And you can't become resistant to them. So we all know that medical... multiple sort of multi-resistant bugs in our hospitals are rife. So we're in deep trouble with that at the moment. And antibiotic resistance, well, essential oils cannot become resistant. There's really exciting research this year coming out, hopefully this year, out of the Johns Hopkins University Hospital. So they're doing research on some essential oils in this On Guard blend, and they're researching the effect it has on MRSA, which is the multi-resistant stuff, and they're having great results from that. So that's pretty exciting. Can't wait for that research to come out. So when we talk about essential oils, we're talking about the therapeutic compounds within the oils. So we never want to heat our oils. Gone are the days of the little tea light candle burners and the oil burners with the wax in it. No. That's fine if you want to make your house smell nice, but if you want the therapeutic benefits, you just can't heat these therapeutic oils. So what we do is we use a diffuser. And if you're adding them to your cooking, like into your spaghetti bolognese, you add them in at the end so that the heat doesn't destroy it. So why doTERRA? doTERRA has established its own quality standards, so certified pure therapeutic grade. Before doTERRA came on the market, there was no one doing 100% all natural, guaranteed, pure grade oils. So certified pure therapeutic grade is doTERRA's own standard because there is no certifying body. Anyone can go to a supplier of oils, grab a barrel, bottle it up and sell it as 100% pure, and you would never know what was in it. So with doTERRA, they are very, very strict. It is their number one priority to make sure that they're 100% natural. There's no artificial ingredients, no fillers, no pests, no weeds, no foreign plant material, no chemicals. The chemical profile of the oil is tested 3 times. So that oil is tested 3 times, once by an independent supplier, certifier, and if it doesn't fall within a certain range, that oil is rejected. So it's not sold because doTERRA cannot risk this certified pure therapeutic grading. They need their consumers, so us, to know that when you buy a bottle of lavender and it works on your headache, and when your bottle runs out and you replace it and buy another one, that it's going to work just as well. So it needs to tick all the boxes with its chemical profile. So they are the purest oils you can find in the world, and they're safe. They're able to be ingested. So you would only ingest an essential oil that was 100% pure. And they're potent, so incredibly strong, and standardized active compounds. So when you buy a bottle, you know that you're getting a good quality bottle. So how do we use, actually, they're affordable. So they're only cents per drop. So that's another reason to buy doTERRA. There's 250 drops in a bottle. One application is 1 to 2 drops. In a diffuser, you might use 4 to 6. But that's sort of impacting on your whole family. So 4 to 6 drops for the whole family is pretty good. 250 drops in a bottle. So that's a lot of applications. One bottle is going to last a long time. So basically it's about empowering people to take control of their health and being more aware of their health and being more aware of their kids' health. So one thing I've noticed with our kids is that they are just more aware of their bodies. So they know where they've got growing pains and they know if they've got a headache up here. So we have little roller blends made up for immune system, for headaches, for growing pains, for sleeping. Charlotte's got one for calming her nerves for when she goes to school. And Matilda's got a focus blend that we like to put on the back of her neck every morning. So these kids have gone from being screaming messes and you don't know what's wrong with them, so you're shoving Panadol in their mouth, to being more aware of their body, so aware of where the pain is and what it feels like. And is it a sore tummy? Is it a sore throat, a headache, growing pains, that sort of thing. So really empowering kids, but also empowering mums to know that what they're putting on their children is 100% natural, 100% safe. So how can you use essential oils? You can use them aromatically. So you can breathe them in like this. That's a really good way to do it in the supermarket. Just breathe in 1 or 2 drops. You can diffuse it in a diffuser. So we've got a couple here. This is the Aroma Bloom, good for big areas. And this is the doTERRA Petal. So this is the one that comes in one of the Home Essentials kit. So the most popular kit. So the Home Essentials kit's got the top 10 oils and a diffuser in it. So these ones we use in the bedrooms, really good size for bedrooms and smaller sort of living spaces. So aromatically, they don't heat the oil. So that's a cold air diffuser. So the oils are not getting heated. If a baby tips it over or a kid tips it over, it's just cold water and oil. It's not going to hurt anyone. It also turns off when it gets low. So it'll automatically shut off. So aromatically is so that you can breathe it in. It's absorbed into your system. It's great for cleansing the air. It's good for affecting mood. So 5 to 10 seconds and you will affect someone's mood. So good for kids that are just a little bit highly strung after school, or Yeah, mum's a bit stressed, or just for calming the household down. Also good for your immune system. So we like to diffuse, well, this On Guard blend, which is the immune boosting blend, we will be diffusing that all winter to boost everyone's immune system. So that'll be in the diffuser all winter. So topically, so that's applying it to your skin. So your skin is great at absorbing oils. So mix it with a bit of coconut oil. And doTERRA sells this liquid one. So it's coconut oil that stays liquid. It has no scent, and it is extremely light. So it's fractionated coconut oil. You can use any carrier oil. So just ask me and I'll provide a list for that. So it's applying it to your skin and diluting it and applying it to your skin. So we dilute for a variety of reasons, but mainly to reduce sensitivity, dilute for little people or people that are sick or sort of high risk people. So pregnant, people that are very, very sick, cancer patients, people that are very, very elderly, people that have sensitive skin. Always dilute. But you also need to dilute for hot oils. So things like, I can give you a list of this, but your clove oil, your cinnamon oil, oregano, all hot oils you must dilute. So dilution not only is for safety, but it keeps it in your system longer. So if you have a sore knee and you apply your oil to your knee, that oil, the carrier oil with your essential oil is going to keep it in that area for longer. Gets it into your system. You lose less essential oils, less of your precious oils to the air, because the essential oils are so volatile, they'll just jump off the surface. So you want to make sure the lids are on, that's another thing. But dilution really settles that volatility down and gets them absorbed into your system. So a good way to apply them topically is one of these little roller balls. So it's a little 10 ml bottle with a roller ball on the end. So what you can do is dilute your oils down and have it ready to go. We have it by the bed. We have it in my handbag, in the car. It's just easy to carry around. And you can make sure you have the correct dilution for whoever's using that. So a dilution for the kids, one for the adults, and really, really good. Another way to apply topically is a little dish like this. So you can pop some oil in, some carrier oil, and then pop a couple of drops of each of your favorite oils and give your body a full body moisturize. So that's really good. So just dip it in, start at your feet, work your way up, and just do your whole body. And that's really good for winter, but also good to get those essential oils into your system. So we apply topically to get it into your system, but also you can apply it to the place of concern. So if you have a sore knee or joint, you're applying it there. If you have a sore tummy, you're applying it to your tummy. If it's something to do with your respiratory system, neck, apply it to your neck and chest and your back. Otherwise, your feet are really good, just all-round place to apply topically your oils. So your feet act as a reservoir, a slow release into your system. So every morning, the kids will put a swipe on the bottom of their feet before they put their socks on. And that's just slow release throughout the day into their bloodstream, and it's boosting their immune system. But in the same instance, if you had a little baby and you don't want them to be able to put their hands in anything in the oil, you can apply it to their spine. It's a really good place to apply essential oils, and their feet. Put their jarmies on, pop them into bed, and they're not going to be able to get their hands in it and put it in their mouth like they like to do. So applying essential oils topically is very, very powerful, especially for kids, but also for adults. Kids seem to be more receptive to topical application because they're just more pure. Their systems are more receptive to taking those essential oils in. So yeah, apply it to the place of, if it hurts there, apply it there. Otherwise, apply it to your feet, to your spine, and the base of your skull. So around the back of your neck, behind your ears. So for your immune boosting oils, you put it up and down your spine, on your feet. If you had any lymph nodes up, you'd apply it there. So it can get into, the idea is to get those therapeutic compounds into your blood. So you want to get those compounds into your blood and affecting your body. They go up to your brain, they boost your immune system, shift your hormones, balance them out, affect your mood, and that in turn affects every cell in your body. So topically is an amazing way to go. You just want to avoid, when you're applying them topically, to keep it out of your eyes, keep it out of ears and nose and mucous membranes, because some of the oils can be quite warming. So we would never ever put an oil into an ear canal or in an eye. Now, if an oil was to get in one of those places, or if you were to have a sensitivity or a little reaction topically, you always dilute with oil, never with water. So, you know, the reflex is, if your child is crying, to grab a washer and wash it off. No, we have to dilute with oil. So it can be any oil. So if you're in the kitchen, grab some olive oil, cooking oil, anything. But always dilute with oil, because water will drive it deeper and you'll get a more intense reaction, which is not what you want. So Matilda, one day I did put a bit of peppermint on her chest to open her airways, and I was out and I didn't have any oil with me. So I just popped it on her chest, and it really started to, it was quite cooling, and she felt like it was quite burning to her skin. So we had to get our hands on some oil and dilute that down. But the natural thing is to go for some water, but no, that's not how we do it. Not advisable. Aromatic, we've discussed aromatic, topical, and internal. So this is something that doesn't resonate with everyone. So what I say is just do what feels right. And when we first started with essential oils, I was not at all interested. I was just into getting the kids to sleep, helping Matilda with her breathing. It was not on my radar to even put it in my mouth. And I could see that there were people doing it, and it just was not of interest to me. But internally, taking oils internally for specific health concerns is incredibly powerful, especially for adults. Children, we don't do it for kids, so they wouldn't tolerate it. And really, they have just as great as an effect on their skin. So they've got a sore tummy, they rub some Digestin into their tummy and it works beautifully. So there's no need to take it internally. Whereas myself, I feel like I need to take it internally. If I have a sore tummy, I just pop a couple of drops in some water, take it internally, and it just settles your whole system down. So internal use of essential oils, you would only ever do that if you're using certified pure therapeutic grade. So only doTERRA. Don't use the other stuff. It's not worth it. And you always look on the bottle. So you want to read that it is a flavoring, that it is suitable for ingestion. What else do they use? So it's a flavoring for food. It's for dietary use. That's the other terminology. So always look at the back of the bottle. Most of the oils you can take internally, and there are some that you can't. So you just read the back of the bottle. So internal use of oils is great for boosting your immune system, for anything gastrointestinal or urinary tract. For detoxing the body, for helping cellular support. So I take frankincense under my tongue. I mean, I've just had some health concerns with cancer, and taking frankincense under my tongue morning and night just to help with this, keeping the healthy cells healthy. So also great for your throat. So a little bit of lemon oil with some honey is so soothing to the throat. And you don't have to take it directly in water. You can add it to a capsule, like one of those little gelatin capsules that you break in half, put your oil in and swallow it down. You can gargle. So if you've got a sore throat or some sort of mouth concern, gargling some essential oils in water. A lot of people do the oil pulling. So they swish oil around, hold it in their mouth, coconut oil, and add a bit of immune boosting oils, because your mucous membranes in your mouth will absorb that. So if you're swishing some coconut oil around and doing your oil pulling for your oral hygiene, if you're doing that every day, just one drop of essential oil for 10 minutes or however long you swish for or pull for is really going to have a good effect. And then you can just spit it out. It's going to be absorbed through your mucous membranes in your mouth. So I like to add the oils that are the immune boosting oils. So the On Guard, lemon, oregano, tea tree, frankincense. Add that to a bit of honey, a bit of coconut oil, and I just ingest it that way. And that's getting it into my system. It's very palatable with the coconut oil and honey. and really, really boost your immune system. So good if you've got a niggling sore throat or you just feel a bit run down, that's going to boost your immune system. So we're just going to run through the top 10 oils. So peppermint oil, very, very invigorating to the lungs, cooling to the body. So my brother works in Port Hedland and they have really hot temperatures, is up the top of Western Australia. They have really hot temperatures, and in summer, like 50 degrees. So he puts a couple of drops in a spray bottle of water and they spray themselves down. It's very cooling. Also, if you had sunburn or, any time that, want to just cool down, you're just mowing the lawn and you're really, really hot, some peppermint oil is super cooling to the skin. It's also invigorating to the lungs, so it opens up the airways. A lot of people just have a drop of peppermint oil in the top of their finger, push it to the roof of their mouth instead of a shot of coffee in the morning. How does that? It just raises your alertness, wakes up your brain, and it's very, very strong. And it takes a little bit, it hits you. It really hits you. So that's a good one to try. Even a drop in some warm water as a peppermint tea is beautiful. So peppermint's known for calming the digestion, soothing the stomach. So any stomach upsets, peppermint is really good. And it features in our digestive blend. So this is the gastrointestinal blend. So peppermint is one of the main ingredients. But if you don't have that, just some peppermint rubbed over your child's tummy or over your tummy if you're sick, or a drop in some water is beautiful for just soothing that gastrointestinal tract, especially the sort of esophagus and stomach. And then there's just a little blend recipe there, so a focus blend. So you'd grab one of these 10 ml bottles. So anyone that enrolls with me, I will give you a little supply of these. Otherwise, I can send you the link of where you can get them online. But 20 drops of orange, 20 drops of peppermint, and some frankincense in there with the rest oil. And that's a good little focus blend just to pop on your temples when you're working. When you want to focus, if you study, if you're doing an assignment, if you're at work and the 3 o'clock comes and you just can't focus, that is a wonderful blend. So it's got peppermint in it. Lavender. So we spoke about lavender. Lavender's high in linalool. And lavender is the linalool in the lavender is incredibly soothing. So where did the lavender go? Lavender. Okay, the lavender disappeared. So lavender is grown in France and Bulgaria. It's super, super soothing, great for skin, great for anxious feelings. It's definitely a sedative for my kids, but it's a sedative for most people. It's an analgesic, it has analgesic properties. So they have done studies on post-surgical patients and their pain levels after using lavender, and it's amazing the results. So you're seeing a lot more hospitals and healthcare facilities incorporating essential oils into their system. So, maternity wards that are using soothing, calming essential oils being diffused, oncology wards that doctors are actually prescribing essential oils to calm people's nerves and to help them in their treatment. So, yeah, really, really exciting to see the Western medical system coming on board with essential oils. You're going to see it more and more, I think. Just their studies are out there and there's more and more every day. So they definitely work. So lavender is great for stings and bites, great for a restful sleep. We know that. Even just a drop on your nightie or your pillow is all you need. It's nice to put it in a diffuser, but if you don't have a diffuser, just a drop on your big toe, on your husband's big toe, if he's a loud sleeper. Lavender is amazing and good for calming. So if you have a child that likes to, like my little Violet, likes to throw a little temper tantrum every now and then, a bit of lavender on the back of her neck calms her straight down. It's a very mild oil, so suitable for young babies, as is frankincense. So there's my little Violet. Look at her. Frankincense is the king of oils, so it has been around for ages. The first recorded use of essential oils was 6,000 years ago, and baby Jesus was given frankincense, and they're still finding vials or bottles of frankincense in Egyptian tombs that they're opening that are still aromatic, frankincense and sandalwood. So essential oils have been around for ages, and frankincense has always been a very, very precious oil, so more precious than gold. So it's the king of oils. People say, if in doubt, use frankincense. If you don't know what to use, pull out the frankincense. its chemical profile is so vast that it will tick the box on most health complaints, most systems. It's all about supporting that system, and frankincense chemical compounds are vast. It's also a magnifier, so if you pop it with another oil, it will boost the properties of that oil. And that sounds a bit, you know, out there, but all it is saying is that if you had lavender, the linalool in lavender teamed with the linalool in frankincense would just boost those, the therapeutic benefits of that linalool. So it's a magnifier. If I'm making up any of my little roller bottle blends, I always just add a bit of frankincense. Great for cellular health. So keeping existing cells and tissues healthy, keeping your immune system strong, good for skin, good for brain. So frankincense will cross the blood-brain barrier. So any brain problems, frankincense shows really, really promising results. A lot of people, frankincense has been used throughout the year, you know, thousands of years for religious ceremonies. It's just, yeah, amazing oil. It's a must-have oil, definitely must-have. We use it in the diffuser. We put it in our roller bottle blends. We put it on topically. I put it on my scar here. I take it under my tongue. It's just amazing. You would not do that unless you wouldn't take it under your tongue unless it was a pure therapeutic grade oil. This website here, pubmed.gov, so that's full of all the, you know, research articles, journal articles, peer-reviewed articles. That's a great place to go. Just to type in frankincense and it will come up. Just sort it by the most recent and just have a look at the research that goes with frankincense. It is amazing, amazing. Tea tree. So tea tree is grown in Australia. It's great for skin, great for anything, feet and toenails. Think, you know, caravan park toilet blocks. It's fantastic. You know, we have it in our little spray bottle with some lavender for kids when they fall over, hurt themselves or get a splinter. It's great for the sores that you get around your mouth when you run down, rashes. Kids that get regular ear discomfort, you can just place some tea tree oil around their ear, not in their ear canal, just around. Place a couple of drops on a cotton wool ball and just let it rest over there, and that will ease ear discomfort. Oregano. So oregano is in the top 10 oils, not because you will use a lot of it, because you don't use much. It's very strong. It's in the top 10 oils because it is just so powerful. It's a powerhouse for your immune system. So you don't need much, super strong. You can use it in your cooking just as you would the oregano herb. However, you only need a tiny amount. So just a toothpick dipped in the top. So dip it in the top and swirl it in your bolognese sauce at the end of cooking. So it's really, really strong. It's a hot oil, so you always need to dilute it and use it very sparingly. It'll burn a wart off. It'll burn a wart off. Amazing, isn't it? So if you had a wart on your hand, you would surround the healthy tissue, surrounding the wart, the healthy tissue would protect with some oil, some coconut oil or anything like that. And then dab a tiny bit of oregano onto the wart itself, cover it with a Band-Aid or some medical tape. Do that for 10 days and your wart will be gone. So it's very, very caustic. If I was to get a bit on my skin, on my arm here, on the sort of soft part of your arm, it would start to burn. You get a little red mark. So you really need to dilute that one. Be careful with it because it's a hot oil. But really good for immune support. So that's why it's in the top 10 oils, because you can't do without this one. It's called nature's antibiotic for a reason. It's just type that into Google and you'll find out the benefits of oregano. Lemon. Grown in Italy. It's been grown there for generations. doTERRA sources their plants where they grow naturally. So from 70 different countries around the world, and lemon comes from Italy because the Italians know lemons. So it's cold pressed from the skin. So it's the little bubbles of oil that you see when you cut into a lemon, those little bubbles. That's all you're getting in this oil. So it's completely safe to ingest. Just a drop in your glass water bottle or your metal water bottle, and you can be drinking that all day, and it's just detoxifying your body. So we all know that lemon in water is a great thing to have as soon as you wake up. But You know, we've all probably been through that and had lemons kicking around the fridge, and lemons get expensive certain times of the year. So this is just a great alternative, and it's not caustic to your teeth, so it won't degrade the enamel. It's not at all acidic, but it is detoxifying, just like lemon juice is. Also good for cleaning. So just a quick spray and wipe is a glass bottle with some lemon essential oil, some vinegar and water, and that's a beautiful spray and wipe. Gets rid of grease and grime. It's non-toxic. You can spray it on your high chair and know that your kids are fine to eat off it, so it's great. So it will break down petrochemicals though. If you have a polystyrofoam cup and you put some lemon essential oil in there, it will eat a hole in that. It also takes the sticky labels off your glass jars, or if someone has a really tough stain, a greasy stain, it will lift grease, takes the hard watermark off the stainless steel in the shower, and just good for all your cleaning. But also good in water, good in bliss balls, cheesecake, even on some fish. If you had some fish, you could put some lemon essential oil, mix it with olive oil, brush it on your fish with maybe some ginger and wrap it in foil and cook that up. It's beautiful. So lemon is a really good mood elevator. So you can be cleaning your house and be feeling very, very good about yourself because it's a mood lifter. So any of the citrus oils are great mood oils. So good for the diffuser. I like lemon at the moment. My thing is lemon and frankincense. So those two in the diffuser, so, so good. Ice Blue. So this is a very special blend that's a musculoskeletal, for anything musculoskeletal. So it's very soothing for any joints and muscle support that you need. A lot of older people get into doTERRA and this is what they're coming for. Pop it on their hands, rub it around, just so soothing to the top, you know, to joints and muscles. Great for a deep tissue massage or a foot massage. And that achy, tired feeling you get after a big long day at work or a big long day, just in general, that you can't get rid of, that only sleep will resolve, this is the oil that will help you. So you need to dilute it down, give your legs a massage, and it's just amazing. So Easy Air, this is the oil that we pop on my little girl's chest. Where is it? Here it is. Easy Air. So we dilute it in some coconut oil, rub it on her chest at night time, but you can do it any time of the day. It just opens her airways, keeps her airways open and healthy, and keeps her oxygen levels up when she's starting to get a bit of a sniffle. And it just nourishes any respiratory and sinus issue. Great for just the whole system support. And all these essential oils are really supporting the whole system. So if you can get the whole system working correctly, then that's what you want. So it's about supporting the system. So this is the respiratory system. So great if you have a loud sleeper. And even if you don't have a loud sleeper, just having this in the diffuser with a bit of lavender at night just is such a restful sleep. Just relaxing, you can breathe easier, and just amazing. So good in the diffuser also with our immune blend, so our On Guard blend. So if we had any sickies in our house, this is what would be in the diffuser: On Guard and Easy Air. So yeah, that's sniffles and winter blues. That's what we call it. When winter comes around and everyone starts dropping like flies, we pop this in. So you can apply it to your chest, your back, just as you would that other little blue bottle that you get from the supermarket, and the bottoms of your feet. But know that this is not chemical at all. This is completely pure. So you don't have to worry about putting it on your children. So Digest Zen. So this is the Whiz Bang amazing. I'm in love with this one. This has saved me. This has saved my Christmas actually. But even today I had a bit of an upset stomach and this just settled my tummy down. So just a couple of drops in some water and drink it down, and it soothes your gastrointestinal system. So it gets rid of those cramps. It gets rid of that funny feeling that you get a bit sicky. Also good for morning sickness, nausea, the first trimester in pregnancy. It's just good. Even just have a bottle just to smell it to ease that morning sickness. If you eat too much, or if you go to Chinese and you get home and you're just regretting what you ate, this is the one to come to. So a couple of drops in your water and swallow it down. And then you can repeat that every 15 minutes. So if you had food poisoning, you know, you might want to do that a couple of times. A lot of people will take this, and I'm going to start doing that, taking it just a drop in a glass of water to nourish your digestive system. So I think gut health is very much at the forefront of a lot of people's minds at the moment. There's a lot of research saying that we need to look after our guts, and digest then just balances that system so that your good bacteria, hopefully you're taking a probiotic, your probiotic bacteria can proliferate and you've got a nice balanced system. So it's not about, if you're constipated, it's not about making you go to the toilet, or if you've got food poisoning, it's not about making you stop. It just balances that system. So your body does what it's meant to do. Instead of blocking you up or making you go, it's balancing the system, and your body knows what to do. So good for sore tummy. So our kids just have it. We either put in a bit of coconut oil, rub it on their tummy, or pop it a bit in here with some coconut oil, and they can rub it on their tummy themselves. So yeah, dilute, take it in water, and apply topically for the littlies. And On Guard, this is our immune blend, protective blend they call it. Smells like Christmas in a bottle. It's just very spicy and clovey, cinnamony. So it's got cloves and cinnamon and orange and rosemary, eucalyptus. So you can ingest this one, really good for cooking. So Christmas time, think Christmas bliss balls, or even apple crumble with a bit of this in there. Soaked apples in water with it, just one drop. Just gives those apples a very beautiful, spicy apple pie sort of taste. It's in a lot of the cleaning products. doTERRA actually have a whole range of cleaning and personal care products that are based on this blend of oils. So toothpaste and cleaning concentrates and stuff. But you can do your own cleaners. This is just such a powerful oil for killing mold, getting rid of. So the clove oil in it will actually get rid of the mold spores. It kills those mold spores so they don't spread. So it won't get rid of. The clove oil will not get rid of that little black mark that sometimes mold leaves. So you will have to get something else in there to get rid of the black mark, but it will stop that spreading and stop the spores spreading. So that's a lot of the time how the mold spreads, is the little spores float off and a new bit of mold grows. So yeah, even before doTERRA, I was using clove oil to get rid of the mold. It's just so good. But in a blend, it's even more powerful. So it'll get rid of all the grime in the shower and that the mark that goes around the sort of faucet of the basin where all the water sits. It's not like you have to get your elbow grease in there and, you know, scrub like some of the natural cleaners. No, this just lifts it because it's so powerful, those oils. So you can just make up a bottle with some vinegar, a little bit of Castile soap and some On Guard and some water, and that's an amazing bathroom cleaner and kills the germs, kills the bacteria, antifungal, antiviral, amazing. But topically is probably where we're using it every day now. So you can diffuse it. Yeah, we diffuse it. We diffuse it to kill the airborne pathogens, airborne threats. But topically, we put it on the kids' feet every morning before they go to school in their immune blend. So that's just a swipe on the bottom of their feet, put their socks on, off they go to school. And that's just boosting their immune system. Now, if someone was to get sick, we just increase the dilution. Instead of it being quite a weak dilution, make it a little bit stronger, pop it down their spine, pop it on the bottom of their feet multiple times a day, like a couple of times a day. And that's just going to really support their immune system to have a shorter duration of the illness, and hopefully they don't get sick at all if their immune system's powering. You can pop it in a capsule. You can pop it in one of those gelatin capsules that you break in half, pop some coconut oil in and a couple of drops of this, swallow it down. Or you can pop it in some honey and coconut oil and just eat it. But really, you just want to get it into your system. So popping it on topically, putting it in the diffuser so you can breathe it in and it's absorbed through your respiratory system, or taking it internally. So all three ways. A lot of people aren't, you know, on board yet with taking it internally, but that's fine. Just do whatever you please. Like, you can get just as much benefit from applying it topically. You might have to apply it a few more times, a bit more regularly, that's all. So there are top 10 oils So I just want to quickly going to come back and we're going to share this page now. Quickly run through. This is just a little document that sort of explains to people about what sort of carrier oils you can use in their dilution, because a lot of people are a bit overwhelmed, lots of information. This is just a good guide to take home so you can remember. So any carrier oil is fine. doTERRA do sell a fractionated coconut oil, so that's liquid and it doesn't stain your clothes. It's very light, but you can use any olive oil, coconut oil, sweet almond oil, or just a unscented lotion. So when you're diluting, this is a good guide. So if you're making up these roller bottle blends, just follow this guide. This is a 10 ml bottle, and you know, for our sort of kids, the 5 and 7 year old, we'd be around 15 drops of oil in one of these bottles. If it was a newborn baby, just 1 or 2 drops, and the rest coconut oil. So down here, some rollerball recipes. So we've got our immune blend. This is the blend that the kids pop on their feet every morning before they go to school. So quite a weak dilution. These are adult dilutions, by the way. So the kids one would be probably half that. So 2 drops of lemon, some tea tree, the On Guard blend, which is the protective blend, oregano and frankincense. Then if someone was to go down with an illness, we'd go for a much stronger dilution. And because it's got a lot of oregano in it, so 10 drops in the 10 ml bottle, we would only do that for 10 to 14 days at the most. And then this is a happy tummy blend, so wild orange and the digestin, just to rub on their tummy and to ease any tummy pain. A sleeping blend is always good to have on hand as a roller bottle if you're going out or if you're on holidays and you just want that child to go to sleep, or you're going on a long car trip. That's a good one. Cover them in this sleeping oil, bit behind their ear, bit on the bottom of their feet, down their spine, and you have a very nice back seat full of sleeping kids. So that's what we want on long car trips. Focus, we spoke about that focus blend, so that's really good for adults to have in their handbag, for kids that are studying, for kids that, you know, teenagers doing assignments and uni students. This is a really good blend, so it makes a good gift too. You can give this as a nice little present with a nice label. Got some nice labels here. And I love, I don't use perfume anymore because it's just too toxic and I just don't want that stuff on my body. So a pure fume, they call it. This is called Mellow Mama. So this is a Hayley Hobson recipe, and it's citrus bliss, which is beautiful, all the citrus oils and some sandalwood and patchouli and ylang ylang. So beautiful. Pop it in one of these, top it up with a bit of oil, and there's your perfume. Amazing. So when you're diffusing oils, you don't have to follow any set recipe. You can do whatever tickles your fancy, and sometimes that just means picking out a couple that sort of your intuition guides you to. Otherwise, you can go, okay, we want to do some, pick the kids up from school. Everyone's going to have a rest afternoon. We're going to put some of these sort of resting oils on. The mood oils, put that on during the day usually, getting everyone up and getting ready for the day and keeping everyone happy. This is a really good one. And Lavender Peace is a beautiful blend, just having the diffuser by itself. We often use that as a sleeping blend. But that is a great mood oil just for settling everyone down. So immunity, this is what we'll be going for coming into winter now. So the On Guard will be diffused every single day, that's for sure. That's going to really build our immune system up. Only 4 to 6 drops. It's going to last hours. It's going to impact everyone in the house, and hopefully we'll escape this winter without too many sicknesses and snotty noses. And then there's things like deodorant. This is just as an example recipe, but you can do whatever tickles your fancy. Even in one of these 10 ml roller bottles, which is what I've been using, but you can get the bigger deodorant, normal deodorant bottles. Just make sure they're glass. An all-purpose spray. So this is just an example. Again, you don't have to use this recipe. Hit up Pinterest or make your own up and play around. Vinegar, water, and some On Guard, and a bit of borax. Or a bit of Castile soap instead of the borax, or you can just leave that out altogether. Hand sanitizer, like those horrible alcohol, carcinogenic sanitizers that you get these days that everyone has in their handbag. They are so full of toxic rubbish that we're putting on our hands and then eating with it on our hands. So just to make up a little sanitizer, hand sanitizer to put in your bag or your nappy bag, some aloe vera gel, some water, and a bit of vitamin E oil. And all that vitamin E oil does is preserve it. So it just acts as a preservative, but it's always also moisturizing to your skin. And then some On Guard protective blend. So that's this one, the Christmas in a bottle that we use so much of. Here's a beautiful recipe for some raw chocolate. So this one uses lime, cinnamon, and black pepper essential oils. So you can really play around with it. You can make some, I mean, peppermint and chocolate goes beautifully, but orange and chocolate, or even this On Guard would be beautiful in a Christmas blend. But this particular recipe is by, it's a quirky cooking recipe that was reposted by Jessie Reimers, and it's got lime, cinnamon, and black pepper. So just something a little bit different, gives a bit of a zing, and yeah, probably not for the kids, more for the adults. Pretty special. I mean, it's got just cacao butter, cacao butter, cacao butter, yeah, cacao butter and cacao powder. I get them mixed up how you say them. So it's super good for you and just a bit of a special treat. So babies, everyone, when they have a baby, they're just a bit more switched on to what they're putting on their baby, and they're just a bit more switched on to what they're eating and what's in their environment. So a lot of people get into essential oils when they've got a newborn baby or when they're pregnant for that reason. So this is just a good little sort of intro into what you can use on little babies. So chamomile, lavender, the lavender peace blend, which is also called Serenity, tea tree oil, is really mild, frankincense, lemon, orange, and the balance blend. Balance blend is my sort of most used oil. So this is the one that we put on every morning in the school, getting ready for school rush. Also take it to the supermarket. It lives in my handbag. So if everyone's a little bit, if I'm stupid enough to take them to the supermarket after school pickup, which every time I do it, I regret it, and everyone's a bit tired, we get the balance out, everyone gets a drop in their hand in the middle of the aisle, and we breathe it in together, and everyone gets a bit behind their ears or on the back of their neck, and we have a much better shopping experience. Yeah, so balance is great for little kids and super mild. But baby wipes, we've made baby wipes now for probably, 6 or 8 months, and that has changed everything for us. So it's just the Viva paper towel cut in half with some coconut oil, some essential oils, and some water. And we just pop it into one of those blue snap top containers that you get from Coles, the decor containers. And so pop some water in, some fractionated coconut oil and your essential oils, mix it up, and then you pop your paper towel in, and that just soaks it all up. You put the lid on, it keeps it moist, and we probably go through one of those every, 7 to 9 days. And I can literally make that if we run out, or we shouldn't run out, but we should have 2 on the go. But if we do happen to run out sometimes, my hubby can hold the pooey baby up. I can quickly go run off and make it. It takes me a minute or 2. Just grab the water out of the kettle, some coconut oil, and off you go. So really, really good. Anyone that uses them changes their life, because not only can you use them on bottoms, but you can use them on hands and faces. We go to the park or the beach, we take them along, even to a picnic, just to wipe people's hands. And because they're not full of chemicals and rubbish, you know that you can just wipe their faces. Everyone gets a little mini, what do they call them? A bath down before they get back in the car. And they're not covered in, chemicals. So before, when we used to buy the baby wipes, they were just reserved for the bottom, because that there's not pleasant things in there, and it's a convenience factor. But these baby wipes, they tick every box, I swear. They are convenient, and they're good for the skin, that we haven't had the amount of baby nappy rashes. Can wipe faces and hands and not have to worry about them then having to wash their hands and wash the chemicals off. So the baby wipes, yeah, life-changing. The soothing bottom spray, that makes a really good gift if you've got a girlfriend that's just had a baby. So just in a little glass spray bottle, and mix it with some coconut oil so it nourishes the skin, but just lavender, chamomile, or you can pop geranium and tea tree, just play around with it, some frankincense maybe, but it's just going to be really good, soothing for the skin. So you want to stick to those skin oils. So the teething blend is good to roll on their jaw bones when they're teething. Sleeping baby, that's just, you know, a given. Need a sleeping baby. Anything you do to get your baby to sleep quicker, get them to stay asleep longer, is going to be good. Also good for the calf. And then breastfeeding, I use this a lot. So the basil and the fennel, and they've also got here geranium, but I use basil and fennel and just to increase my milk supply. So after a feed, I'd massage it in, and yeah, amazing effect on my milk supply. So really, really good. But in the same, you know, theme, if you want to decrease your milk supply, if you're someone that gets mastitis all the time, peppermint oil is really good for decreasing milk supply. We also have a linen spray here and a foaming hand soap and a body wash. So basically, if you can try and remove some of the toxins from your home, you don't need to start big. Just if you can remove the body wash, and, you know, you'll see how easy it is to make. It's literally like dumping it into the body wash container, choosing your oils, and it's done. There's nothing hard about it. The hardest thing probably is just sourcing some Castile soap and some glycerin, and I can give you an awesome website for that. It just arrives at your door. And then it's not like you even have to have a soap making day or anything. It's just 5 minutes in the bathroom and it's done. So super cheap, really good for the environment, really good for the kids. You know that, you know, when they're rolling around the bottom of the shower, soap all over them, and it's not doing them any harm. It's just pure soap. And you're not getting those little microbeads that pollute our oceans that have no purpose apart from to make that body wash look nice. Those stupid microbeads. They're putting, you know, chemicals into our soap that we're then rubbing on our body. So if we can just, even if you can just remove one thing, if you can remove one thing, you're doing your family a favour. So I think that's all oh no, I was going to show you this. So we'll stop that. Okay, so this is a Modern Essentials book. So it's backwards, but that's okay. This book is not a doTERRA book, so it's just a general aromatherapy book, and it has, you know, a lot of health concerns in here. What I suggest to people is to get the app. So on your phone, go to the App Store, you'll find the Modern Essentials app, Modern Essentials. Best $11 you'll ever spend. So you don't really need the book unless you're really going to get into it. This is another one, a spied little pot. So I like the DIY stuff. I like making things, lip balms and face lotions and, you know, body scrubs, dishwasher tablets. So if you're into DIY, let me know and I'll send you the name of this book. It is amazing. It makes a really nice gift if you know anyone. It's a beautiful book. If you know anyone that's into DIY, that's a beautiful gift. You know, if you were to give them that and some essential oils, wow, that's a beautiful Mother's Day gift. I think that's all we had to talk about. So if you wanted to get your hands on some oils, I can help you there. doTERRA essential oils, you know, you won't find better oils. And I'm not someone who goes into things lightly. So I like to, you know, I'm like one of those super researchers. And everything makes sense. Everything points towards doTERRA. They're a very ethical company, and we probably don't have enough time to go in watch a video about how they source their oils and the not-for-profit organisations that they have supporting their farmers. It's called the Healing Hands Project. So you can just Google it, look it up on YouTube, and you can see the wonderful work that they do. They're very philanthropic, very ethical. They look after their customers, but they also look after their farmers, and they work directly with their farmers. So the farmers get paid on time, correctly. Quite a lot of the oils come from third world countries. So doTERRA works very closely to make sure those communities are looked after. Yeah, so jump on YouTube, have a look at that. I'll post the link below for that video. So if you want to get your hands on some oils, I highly recommend the top 10 oils with this diffuser. So that's called the Home Essentials Kit. $330, you get your top 10 oils. Saving probably about $150 on your oils, plus you get a free diffuser. So really worthwhile buying it in a kit. However, if you don't want a kit or that's not a financial option for you, what you can do is pay the $35, become a wellness advocate, so become a member. You don't, there's no selling involved. Most wellness advocates or members of doTERRA do not sell, so they're just in it for personal use. They love the product and they just order for their family. That's how I started. I did not think that I would be doing this as a business, but here I am. So for me to do it as a business, it doesn't require anything other than me to be a wellness advocate. So $35. They have an awesome loyalty rewards program. So good for getting, oils for free, getting money back on your points, basically get free shipping. So you can get points back for shipping. You get a percentage back of your purchases to be then redeemed for more product. So that's a really, really good way to build up a collection. So you can join as a $35 wellness advocate, make your own kit. So choose the oils that are going to suit your family, and then maybe join up to their loyalty program and order ongoing, just at a, 1 or 2 oils a month or whatever is suiting your family's needs at that time. And that way you're building a collection. It's not going to, the financial aspect is, not such a big thing. Just a really good way. So I didn't join their loyalty program for some time, and I regret that big time. So I just sort of tell everyone, if you want to build your collection up, essential oils, doTERRA is not meant to stress people out. So if it's going to stress you out financially to get a kit, then a good way to do it is to join with the $35 and become a loyalty program member and take advantage of all the specials and the free shipping. But contact me and I can send you the full details if that's what you're after. And everyone that joins doTERRA, it's not just about receiving the oils as you would from a normal sort of retailer and off you go with your product. doTERRA is all about support. So with your purchase, you get your support from me, from Facebook groups that we join you up, from the whole team of people. There's a whole team of people to look after you, basically. So if you have a question, you have lots of support. And the last thing we want you to do is to buy some oils, put them in the cupboard and not use them. So it's really about education. So a lot more webinars, a lot of education about how to use the oils. And when you enroll, we also book you in for a wellness consult or a welcome call. And that just sort of is a private one-on-one chat, a meeting to discuss your family's specific health requirements and just to remind you of, the oils that you're purchasing and how to use them and how to use them safely. So yes, just know that you are fully supported. And it's a wonderful community to be part of. So I think that's all we need to cover. So yeah, like I said, if you're after some oils, then that's great. Just reach out to me. Someone else has referred you onto this webinar, just reach out to them. So we always go back to the first person who had introduced us to the oils. And you can contact me on Facebook or send an email or give me a call anytime. So thank you, everyone. Thanks for watching, and we hope we can get you some oils very soon. If you have any questions, just reach out. Thank you. Bye.